Sarah, and this is Wheat Tits. As usual, Monday I had classes. I also watched the rest of Once Upon a Time from the episode the night before because when I had watched it on Sunday, I only got through like most of it, but not all of it. It cut out at the end. I couldn't get to work. It was kind of late, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave here on this cliffhanger, and it was a hard thing to do, but I watched the rest of it on Monday. It was amazing, and I was really looking forward to the next one. I also went to the Monday night screening. Not really, well yeah, it was a screening, but they have the Monday night series in the film school, which I love to be a part of, and I love to go to those where there's usually something going on within, like someone within the industry comes in and talks, and there's clips and stuff. So I went, and it was a showing for Yu Ping Wen, which was really cool because you watch a whole bunch of clips of things he was a part of, and like a lot of things, like he was very involved with all of the kung fu and the choreography and all of that for like The Matrix and a whole bunch of really great shows, and it was amazing. It was really cool too because like he like had an interpreter so that it was like everyone got to ask a question, they had a question, have it answered, and kind of see like words of what he's done, and then like how he uses like what he does to help the industry and everything. It was really interesting, it was really cool, and yeah, fun Monday things to do. So on Tuesday morning I got up really crazy early with the idea that I had radio, but turns out I also got an email that morning saying that there was training. So because of the fact I hadn't had training yet, I didn't have radio for 8 o'clock that morning. So I went back to sleep, and I was still excited for radio, so it was kind of sad, but at the same time I was like, okay, I get to sleep in, and that's never a bad thing. So I went back to sleep for a while, but anyway, I got up for work. I planned the production 198 project for the class with the other director. We had some plans going on, so it was all good to like start figuring out what was going to happen for that. Another mandatory last thing that I had to go to later that night, so I also went to that day. And yeah, that was the first day that I actually went as a part of the improv group that I joined, and it was really fun. It was a little weird because like I don't really know you people, and yay, improv with new people, it's weird, but it was really fun because they're all super nice, and I learned about a whole bunch of new improv games which I haven't done before, but I also recognized some other ones that I had, and it was a really fun time, and I just, yeah, I'm happy I joined the group, and it's great. So later on that night, because you know, all like extracurricular stuff happens late at night, which is existent and happening, I guess, so I didn't get to sleep until later, but there was another meeting with Roar Studios, which I was part of that, so yeah, I went to that, and that was really fun. Wednesday, I woke up to a beautiful email. Let's just say this: the class was canceled. That's right, because in college there's no such thing as substitutes here. Like usually throughout school, like you have a substitute if the teacher doesn't show up, and you still have to go to class, you know, minus the weird random times where the substitute just doesn't show up. It's very rare, but I'm telling you, it does actually happen, so you never know. But anyway, so my philosophy class on that Wednesday was canceled, which actually worked out really well considering the fact that I wanted to go to the first Hollywood Master Series here on campus, where the school with the film department brings in a whole bunch of like major people within the film industry, and they get to talk about what they do and how it works and advice for everyone else who wants to do this. And it was Ron Meyer that day, and I got to go. I was able to make it back with the class before and go, and then stay the full duration because I didn't have the other class to go to, so that was really cool, and I even got a selfie with him. Pretty cool. So, but it was really interesting to kind of see that he's done quite a bit, like with Universal and just with other films, and wow, it's a lot. You should definitely go check out that. But yeah, it was really interesting, and I'm very happy that I got to go that day, and it was very cool. Oh, that was the first week where for my production 198 class we were actually putting together the scenes. I mean, like before it was a lot of like PowerPoints and just going through and learning the information, but then we actually started, and it's like in a TV studio stage, and I was boom operating. And boom is like one of those things, if you think it's going to be really heavy at first, and then you go and you're like, wow, this is so light as a feather. And then like 2 seconds in, I'm holding my breath, you're like, it's heavy. And yeah, it's very different than what I had previously expected, but it was cool. It was like that first go at, with seeing how the whole set process works in class, and then each week the roles will rotate through. So yeah, my first week I was boom operating, and that was fun. After that class, I went on over to grab some dinner. I was with a friend, and after that, a couple hours later, I think there was a meeting with Roar again. So that was my night. It was a very busy, packed day, but a lot of great things happened, so it was a good day. Thursday, I got to sleep in. I went to class. I called home for a bit, and I needed to feel better, so I had started drinking a lot of tea, and that's like my go-to. If I'm feeling sick, I drink tea. So I started drinking a lot of tea, and I started feeling better, which was a good thing, because then that day was also my first time going to a movie premiere, which it was a TV premiere that I went to for the first time, and that was really cool. And also, it was my first time taking an Uber, which I thought, if you're not someone who's taken Uber before or grown up in an area where it's kind of just a thing, it sounds pretty sketchy. So I was not sure what to expect, but it wasn't as sketchy as I thought, and I went with a friend. So I went to the Artbreakers premiere with Ava, who is in charge of on-the-spot interviews. You should check out her channel. I am posting a link, so you should definitely go check that out. But I was helping her film her interviews, and I also edited them through for like the certain events that I'm able to attend as well. So that was really cool. It's really interesting because it's like a whole different side. The actual event was taking place in Beverly Hills, outside of a theater. And then, like, the red carpet was outside the theater, and then the actual event was in the theater, obviously, but there was a whole bunch of people there from like a whole bunch of different shows and stuff, and it was really interesting to see the other side of what a red carpet premiere is actually like in real life. And it was such an amazing experience personally, because I had never been to anything like that before. And yeah, so I went to a TV premiere for Artbreakers, which actually sounds like a really great show, and I should actually start watching it. So that was literally just the beginning of the night. The day continuously got more increasingly busy, because then we went to Chick-fil-A on the way back, which is great because there are no Chick-fil-A's in New York. I probably talked about this before, but I was a very happy camper. And yeah, so I got some Chick-fil-A on the way back, and then I went to swing dancing, and then there was also a radio meeting that night. So that was kind of like, yay, you got in. Here's more information about radio. And I was getting really, really excited for actually starting training and then being able to go on air. So it was a good day. It was a very good day, and I was amazed that all happened, but it did. So that's fun. Which brings us to Friday. I had more tea that morning just to continuously try to get better and not be sick. And also for the TV class that particular morning, because Friday is my screen media class. So it was really, really cool because it was Doctor Who day, where we watched a couple episodes of Doctor Who. Actually, we just watched one episode of Doctor Who and then another episode of another show, but it was fun. I've actually never seen Doctor Who before. I've known a lot of the references, but yeah. So it's not like I haven't wanted to. I do, but it's been busy and life. So, but it was really fun. We watched the episode for any of you Doctor Who fans out there. It was the episode with the whole Vincent Van Gogh thing. So it was very, very good, and I did enjoy watching that. Now, I was really, really tired, but I worked on some essays, which, working on essays when you're tired only makes you more tired, but, it happens. I watched a movie that I had to watch for homework, so, it wasn't really like the actual homework assignment to watch the movie, but it was kind of just something of like, oh, I should watch this to help me in class, so I watched the movie. It was good. I did not write down which one it was, though, so I don't really personally know, but I think I don't know. See, that's another problem with filming it so late. But anyway, there was also DIY night that night, and I wanted to go to that. There's supposed to be a whole bunch of DIY projects going on, but as it turns out, I ended up just kind of like being really, really excruciatingly tired, so I decided not to go to that. I just took an early shower and I went to sleep, and that was pretty much as my night got. Oh, that Saturday was really cool because I had my first directing gig here, which is exciting because I hadn't even directed in my production class yet, and already I was directing for Aurora Studios, which you should be able to see that actual skit posted sometime soon, and when it comes out I'll post the link to that. But it was so much fun. It was for Going the Distance. It was a trailer, and I had never done like directing in this light before. It's very different from what I used to do, so it was very interesting, but I was working a lot with the other people, and it went really well. It was a full day shoot on campus, and I had a really great time, and it was definitely very beneficial just to kind of like figure out what I'm doing and see how that comes together, but also be able to put something together, and I'm super excited to see the end product. I'm not personally editing it, but I do want to work with the editor to see how it turns out, so I'm very excited about that. It was very, very interesting and very cool to put together. It was a really great day and thing to do. Later on that night, I literally just had some more tea because, again, sickness, so I was trying to get better, and it was definitely working. Tea is a lifesaver, especially like tea with honey. That's how you don't get sick. It's really, really efficient. But I had some tea and Netflix, and I just kind of went to bed early. It was a very busy day. I was outside a lot, but as I was inside, it was really toasty too, especially with all the lighting that we had to use. So it was a wonderful day. Which brings us to Sunday. It's Sunday. Oh my gosh! And Sunday was the first day it actually somewhat felt like fall. I mean, it's not really fall-time weather in Southern California. It's really just kind of like eternal summer, I would say, but it kind of felt a little more breezy that day. I was able to wear longer pants that day, and I went over to Starbucks. I tried the toasted graham latte while working on homework and essays I needed to do, and it was just like that perfect fall time, peaceful Sunday, and it made me happy. So yeah, and there were also clouds, which there isn't usually cloud coverage here, so you know, I had a little slice of fall time that day, and that made me very happy. And later that night it was Once Upon a Time again, so that was my wonderful